this is full of spoilers for American Horror Story. If you have not seen any of the American Horror Story seasons, please click off this video now. But I don't own you. Goddamn fan. But I hope you enjoyed. This is Martin Studios. Enjoy the video. Hello everyone. This is Martin Studios, and today we're not here to talk about Undertale, Minecraft, or whatever. Today we're going to talk about a show that has been on FX. Sorry, I almost said Fox. I apologize. They're extremely... Anyways, we're here to talk about a show that's been on FX since 2010, which was considered a golden age for FX because they were spouting all these new shows. This one is called American Horror Story. So grab your twisty max and crosses and ancient spell books, because we're about to delve deep down into American Horror Story. Now, for those of you who don't know, American Horror Story is a show that revolves around horror, sex, or basically whatever. And it has a lot of different seasons, all of which are intertwined. Created by the same person who made Glee, Ryan Murphy. And and the seasons always have a knack for recasting previous characters to different roles. Most of these characters include Evan Peters, Sarah Paulson, Jessica Lange, Lady Gaga, Lily Rabe, Angela Bassett, Kathy Bates, Dennis O'Hare, Emma Roberts, Tasia Farmiga, Matt Bomer, or Frances Conroy. But Jessica Lange sadly left around season 4. But that's not what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the future seasons of this show. Basically, the show's been renewed for 2 more seasons, and apparently Ryan Murphy has completely confirmed that the show was mimicking the 9 Circles of Hell. And basically, it's just all in all interesting. But now I've heard rumors of a Murder House Coven crossover. And people are saying it's going to be season 8, but I find that hard to believe. If they're going to end the show, they have to end it on basically a repeat of a previous season. Like just something to show us all the ultimate fate of every single person from every single season in the show. I know the perfect way to end it. First off, before we talk about season 9, let's move on to season 8 and what happened beforehand. So basically, at the end of season 7, Allie, the main protagonist, finally overcame Kai Anderson and eventually took his place in the senator election, starting what seems to be a cult that mimicked Kai's and is an extension of Valerie Solanas' and Bebe's Scum organization, which was basically an anti-male organization dedicated to destroying the male gender. Now, according to Ryan Murphy, one of these seasons, most likely this one, is set in the near future. And people are going to say like something like Hunger Games. No, I feel it's going to be set in 2020, seeing as how the 7th season was revolving, at the first part of it, was revolving around Donald Trump. And I have a feeling it might revolve around Allie competing against Trump or any other candidate for presidency. And that's what's going to happen. It's going to be set in 2020, which is the distant future, like 2 years away. And that's why I believe it's going to happen. American Horror Story usually has seasons that take place during present time, or many decades, or even a few years in the past. But now we're going to have one that's set in the future, which is either a welcome change or not so welcome change. Depends on how good the season is. Now we're going to move on to season 9, which will most likely be the Murder House crossover season. which will probably be the longest season, seeing as how, if it's going to be the last one, it's got to be the longest, in my opinion. First off, it will show us the ultimate fate of what happens to the Coven. And if you're going to wonder, how's this crossover going to happen, seeing as how the Coven is all the way in New Orleans, and the Murder House is all the way in LA? Well, here's what's going to happen. I believe that, for those of you who are not very familiar with Season 3 Coven, at the beginning, the episode Bitchcraft, which I highly recommend watching the first part of the season, then it just goes downhill. But, at the first part, we are introduced to a character called Misty Day in a flashback sequence when she is at some sort of Puritan rally, a modern-day Puritan rally. When she reveals her power to bring back the dead, those Puritans burn her alive. And I have a feeling it's those people who will drive the witches to evacuate the Coven and head to somewhere that is a bit more accepting, seeing as how Liz Taylor seems to have no problem with witches, as seen in Season 5 when Queenie arrives at the hotel moments before her death. And so, but there's also another issue. When Fiona Good and Marie Laveau teamed up to destroy the Delphi Corporation, which was not only a multi-million-dollar company, but also apparently a witch-hunting organization disguised as a company, they, along with the Axemen, killed off the corporate heads of the Delphi company. But according to Mr. Fox, he says it's not over. Even if they kill the head corporation, what is left will still destroy them. And obviously, that's what's going to happen. The remnants of the Delphi community will rally up a mob against these witches. And it's down in the south, so you know they're not accepting down there. So, that's what's going to happen. And I have a feeling the one reason it's going to take the longest is because it has to focus on so many things. For example, like, the Coven has to find out what happened to Queenie, seeing as how she was last seen in LA before her death. But they don't know that she died. Seeing as how Nan, the clairvoyant one, is no longer around. They don't know if Queenie's really dead or not, unless they have a new witch that actually has something as similar to clairvoyance. But we do not know. And I think it's going to take a while. And a lot of characters are going to be brought back, like Billy Dean and possibly even Lana Winters. Whether it's going to be the 8th or the 9th season. But I recommend the 9th season, seeing as how Lana Winters was a fan favorite of the show. And, yeah, that's what we got. That's the future of American Horror Story right there. And honestly... Oh, one more thing to touch up on. The return of Jessica Lange. I am so sorry, I forgot that completely. Jessica Lange played Constance Langdon, she also played Sister Jude in Season 2, Fiona Good in Season 3, and Elsa Mars in Season 4. She did not star in the previous seasons afterwards because she left the show after Season 4. But I think she might return, seeing as how she admitted that leaving the show was probably a great regret in her career. And honestly, I do not blame her for coming back one last time, because it was one of those shows that helped her gain her probably more fame than she has already, and she might return. Honestly, I believe she will return. And there's also as Constance Langdon, but there's also this other issue we're faced. For those of you who saw the end of Season 1, the Antichrist was born, and under the care of Constance Langdon. If Jessica Lange fails to return to the show, then Constance Langdon will obviously move away, and if this season is not the final one, we'll see the return of Michael Langdon, i.e. the Antichrist, in a future season, or perhaps at the end of this season, if this really is the final season. But, what do I know? I'm just someone who likes to see the show before I see it. Yeah, it sounds wrong. But anyways, this has been Martin Studios signing out. Love you.